Hi guys, it's Poppy Rocky, and today I'm going to be reviewing Reddit Am I the Asshole? AITA for telling my wife the lock on my daughter's door does not get removed till my brother-in-law and his daughters are out of our house. This person has been rated not the a-hole. My brother-in-law, Sammy, lost his home shortly after his divorce 10 months ago. He moved in with us and brought his twin daughters, Olivia and Salone, 18, with him a couple months ago. His sister, my wife, and I have only one daughter, Zoe, 16, and she and her cousins aren't close but get along fine. Olivia and Salone have no respect for Zoe's privacy. None. They used to walk into a room and take everything they get their hands on. Makeup, phone accessories, clothes, school laptop, etc. Zoe complained a lot, and I've already asked the girls to respect Zoe's privacy and stop taking things. My wife and Sammy saw no issue with this. After all, they're girls and this is typical teenage girls' behavior. I completely disagree. I would say I disagree also because at this point it doesn't sound like just typical teenage girl behavior. It's more like stealing and harassing. The last straw was when Zoe bought a $60 MAC makeup kit that looks like a paint set that she saved up for over a month, and one of the girls, Salone, took it without permission and ruined it by mixing shades together while using it. I don't know much about makeup, but that's what Zoe said when she found the kit on her bed and was crying. I told my wife, and she said she'd ask Salone to apologize. But I got Zoe a lock after I found she was moving valuable belongings out of the house because of this incident. Sammy and his daughters saw the lock and weren't happy. The girls were extremely upset. Sammy asked about it and I straight up told him, and he said my daughters aren't thieves. It's normal the girls of the same age borrow each other's stuff. He said Zoe could easily get another makeup kit for $15 from Walmart and shouldn't even be buying expensive adult makeup in the first place, and suggested my wife take care of this defect in Zoe's personality, trying to appear older than she is. He accused me of being overprotective and babying Zoe with this level of enablement. I told him this is between me and my wife, but she shamed me for putting a lock on Zoe's door for her cousins to see and preventing them from spending time, in quotation marks, with her, saying I was supposed to treat them like daughters. Then demanded I remove it, but I said this lock does not get removed until her brother and his daughters are out of our house. She got mad. I was implying we kick them out and said her family will hate me for this. So I reminded her that I let Sammy and his family move in, which is something her own family refused to do. So she should start with shaming and blaming them for not taking their son and nieces and granddaughters in. If it wasn't for her family's unwillingness to help, we wouldn't be dealing with this much disturbance at home. Everyone's been giving me and Zoe the silent treatment, and my wife is very much upset over this. I would say this is just a good father protecting his daughter. Her stuff was clearly being mistreated and broken, and the other girls were not getting any repercussions for these actions. I would definitely say he's not the asshole here. Here's some of the comments. NTA, don't back down. You're the only one sticking up for Zoe. If her cousins want to use more expensive makeup, give them your wives. I guarantee she won't appreciate sharing anymore. They need to start behaving like appreciative guests. OP has commented down below, you know I probably shouldn't be saying this, but my wife has been acting like a hypocrite lately, especially regarding privacy issues. She considers privacy something very important, but still thought that Zoe did not have the right to get a lock. Even if we leave her cousins out of this matter, my wife is not agreeing with the whole concept of getting a lock for Zoe. I explained to her what's been happening, even told her that Zoe has been moving some of her valuable belongings to a friend's house to keep them safe. Do I blame her? Absolutely not. But my wife still thought Zoe was wrong to do that. Now her cousins are upset and they and Sammy are using the silent treatment, among other things like eating without us or not sitting with us, as a guilt tactic. Even though it's not affecting me, it's making Zoe feel like she did something wrong by having a lock for her room. Everyone is agreeing with OP that he did the right thing here. On to the next one we go. AITA for suing my girlfriend after she had my 1967 Impala project taken to the scrapyard. I can already see the rating of not the asshole, and just from the title alone I'm sort of rooting for Op. I'll try to keep this short. I had a 1967 Impala 4-door that I bought in February of 2019. A couple months ago, I bought my first house that had a 2.5 car garage. I moved the car in and started tearing it down for a complete restoration. I had the body in one bay and the chassis in another, plus the whole garage filled with parts. About 2 months ago, my girlfriend came to live with me during this whole crisis, and the whole time has hated that car. She wants to park in the garage, but I have 2 acres of land with a lot of nice places to park under shady trees, or hell, even in the barn if it had to be inside. I tell her tough luck, it's my house, and it's not like I can just throw it back together real quick. Anyways, I was out of town for a couple of days on a business trip for the small local company I work for. When I got back, my girlfriend was all smiles, making me food all the time, doing the chores, all that. I thought maybe she was just happy to have me home, but then I realized I didn't see her car in its usual spot. I asked her where she parked so I could make sure I mow the lawn in that area and keep it clean. And she said not to worry because she parked in the garage. I asked how, and she told me to go check it out. Turns out while I was gone, she hired some people to come over and move everything related to the car, the drivetrain, body, and chassis and all parts, and take it to the local dump/scrapyard. I was absolutely dumbfounded. I had spent over $11K on that car, including new parts, services, and on the car itself. I told her that I was going to be taking her to court for that, and she brushed me off like I was being dramatic. I told her it's done between us and to pack her stuff and leave. I admit I was really angry, but I did end up getting a lawyer. And I have all the receipts for all the money I spent, and I have her on my house's security footage letting the guys in and watching them take it all, and I think I can win. Her family and friends are absolutely blowing me up, saying it's a stupid piece of junk and that she cannot pay back all the money I spent, and that I should just let it go. But I've been pulling all of my time and effort and money into that car for a year and a half, and god damn it if I am not going to get justice for what she did. Am I the asshole? And here is the edit on that story. Edit. Thank you so much for the support and awards and everything. I'm glad I have some people on my side. I got a call from her mom for about 20 minutes ago, and she told me I was ruining her daughter's life over a stupid car. I told her she ruined her own life. I've been gathering documentation and stuff, and I'm about to head down to the police station and file a report, as suggested by lots here. Once again, thank you all. Update. I went to the police station last night, and I was told to come back in the morning. Just got back and filed an official report against her for grand larceny and grand theft auto. I showed them the receipts I had for the car and the footage of her letting the guys come in and take it, as well as the title for the vehicle in my name. They said they will be in contact with all three parties, me, XGF, and Junkyard guys, soon, and hopefully they'll be able to recover some or all of the car. I just have to wait now. That's a good update for OP. But here's the last one. Huge update. They found my goddamn car. The junkyard guys apparently were in the middle of hiding it when the police came to ask them questions. It was on a forklift and they were going to put it on a pile on top of a pile of cars that was hidden behind more piles of cars. They said it was theirs and that they have the title, but obviously didn't have the title for it since they matched the VIN on the chassis and the body of the VIN on my title, and the body to the VIN on my title. It was obviously mine. I know at least one person there has been arrested. I think he was in the camera footage I talked about earlier, but I don't know if it was the boss or whoever, or even his charge. They also told me they would be looking into this exact junkyard for any other vehicles reported stolen. They said they hadn't been able to get in contact with my ex just yet, but they're working on it. I'm just so glad they found my car. Luckily, I made quite an album of pictures detailing me tearing down the car, and so I can use that to prove the parts they had were mine, so I can hopefully get most or all of it back. Police haven't let me take it back home yet, as they say it's evidence or something, so hopefully I can get it back. The car's gonna be alright. One comment says, not the asshole, sue her ass. Sue her for the cost plus a few extra thousand for the time and money. Have her prosecuted for theft, destruction of private property, and have the guys that came to get it prosecuted for receiving stolen goods. Nail them all to the wall. Honestly, when you're in a relationship with someone, you need to respect their items and belongings. Not doing so is a violation of trust. And honestly, what she did was very entitled. Like, seriously. If someone, like, stole the stuff I had, oh my. I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!